Did you hear about all the UWM with the pricing?
No, what happened with UWM? Well, I know about the pricing. They're giving mortgage brokers an opportunity to have 150 basis points a quarter to apply to any loan to better the pricing.
So you can afford 40 bips a loan to win business.
40 bips alone if it's above 200,000 to win business.
Yes.
If it's below 200,000, they're matching it with another 40 bips, so it brings it to 80 bips for loans under 200,000. You want to know what I thought right there? And this isn't me blowing UWM's whistle, right? I like UWM. They're the best on the wholesale side from a technology standpoint. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, but I will say this. If you want to help people who need help getting into homes, first-time home buyers, that under 200,000, giving them 80 basis points total towards pricing and case-by-case basis, that the mortgage broker who knows their community, knows the people they're working with, man, that's huge.
That's massive.
Massive. What win? W.
Right. And they have their requirements on there that in order to be able to take advantage of it, that you have to meet. So if you are meeting these requirements that UWM asks of you, that you do that.
Right.
And that's something that has been around for years in terms of, because lenders have always given better pricing to people who have great lock to close loan conversions, good volume. They have those. I mean, you have
Rocket Mortgage has like their gold tier or whatever. What do they call it? They have different tiers.
Pinnacle, isn't
Pinnacle, yeah. Pinnacle Partners, that's what it was. So they're so it's every lender does it, right?
Absolutely. Every single lender has some sort of pricing advantage because of something that they do that benefits them. So they pass it along to you as the broker. Housing Wire posted an article saying that this UWM program breaks rules that govern loan officers' compensation, fair lending, and unfair, deceptive, and abusive acts of practices.
Can Housing Wire scream just a little bit louder for me? Housing Wire, scream just a little bit louder that you are on the side of retail, which is on the side of hurting the customer. Please. Can you scream a little bit louder? I have a bias towards a certain section of the industry. Now, let me go to this real quick, because Housing Wire does have a bias in this instance, but I am also pissed at UWM.
Yeah.
I guess this is my day to be pissed off. Ben, what happened this morning? Twice. How many deals were we fighting for?
Oh,
big deals.
At least two. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were two this morning.
Having to cut compensation to compete and so on and so forth. Why was that?
Because retail lenders were giving absolutely ridiculous loans that they are not
Who
making
was one of them?
Any money on. Rocket
Mortgage.
Oh, and
did you price them out on the
Loan Sifter? Not even close.
What do you mean? They were worse?
Yeah, on a TPO.
They were worse on TPO than they were on their retail side?
Wait, yes.
Really? But aren't they blowing everybody else out?
It was ridiculous.
Aren't they blowing everybody else out on TPO side?
No. Not on that.
They're not the best priced?
Not on that. EPM was the best.
Wow. Shout out Equity Prime.
Absolutely.
Wow. So you're telling me that Rocket Mortgage had that pricing on their retail side, but on their wholesale side they didn't? Because I was about to get pissed and be like, you know what? UWM's telling me we can't work with them because we can't do business with both, which is, again, bullshit. Because the whole point of being a broker is we're supposed to be able to get the best deals for our client. And you're telling me that, we're going to have Rocket Mortgage over here slashing their price, and we aren't even allowed to bring that deal to them on the TPO side, but their pricing isn't the same, so we're going to be competing against them anyways.
Correct.
But the question is, would Rocket Mortgage have matched that if me, the mortgage broker, was bringing it to them and saying, hey, I'm competing with your retail side. Why is this?
Not if retail had it first.
Well, damn.
And there's no way to compete with that unless you actually cut your compensation.
Right, which is fine. Because we're going to get the best deal for the client. We're
Absolutely.
going to win that client. We're going to do what's best for them. And we're going to give them the best experience. And we're going to get their repeat business plus their family. So that's why we do it. But this is what I talk about over and over and over and over again. Hey, Nick, why are you doing business with UWM? Did you drink their Kool-Aid? No, I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. I don't even like Kool-Aid. I drink water, motherfucker. I drink water. But here's what I will tell you. If I turn on the Clemson, South Carolina game, being licensed in North and South Carolina, or how about this? The real Carolina, North Carolina Tar Heels versus Duke basketball game. Guess who sponsors ESPN? Rocket Mortgage. So I'm indirectly competing with them every single time. It's the same reason I don't like to bring business to Home Point on the wholesale side, because they're taking that and they're selling my servicing rights, and now I'm competing against a direct to consumer.
Correct.
My job is to do what's best for my client. These are big multi-billionaire, billion-dollar companies. Not saying they do what's wrong for the client, but what matters most to them as a publicly traded company is the bottom line. Are you making your shareholders money? Period.
Exactly. And that is exactly what's going on, because it wasn't just Rocket Mortgage. There's numerous retail lenders out there that are slashing they're not making money on origination right now.
Nope.
Why? Because they're padding numbers. They're publicly traded companies.
They're
padding their numbers. Yeah. They don't have the refinances to back on. So they want to keep their stockholders happy, or at least seem like they're happy. And to wait out the time.
Well, and here's the thing too, is they're trying to buy market share right now.
Yes.
So they're trying to get you don't think the retail side of the business is shaking? Do you know how many, let's talk about Anthony Costa and U Mortgage for a second, right?
Right.
They are taking top retail teams from retail to the broker side. They are. But they're also taking brokers from other broker shops. Let's not get it twisted, right? So that's happening 100%. And they're providing a better service, a better platform, and so on and so forth for their loan originators in certain instances, right?
Right.
But the other piece is, you don't think that some of these retail lenders are shaking in their boots? Profits have been slashed and slashed and slashed. It's almost like they have people who are running their company that don't know what they're doing. Because if you knew what you were doing, you would invest in more technology so that you can have a skinnier workforce and get the same amount of stuff done during a refi boom, so that you're not having to lay off. Like Home Point went from 4,000 to 800 employees. That's not retail, that's wholesale side. But there's other places that did it. Better.com, how many employees did they lay off? We can go around and around and around and around and look at all the layoffs that have happened within these. Do you know what you're doing as retail? Do you know how to create efficiencies? I don't know, right? As a business owner myself, I'm looking at, how do I make things most efficient so my employees can work 40 hours a week and get the same amount of work done that somebody at Home Point or somebody at Better are doing in 80 hours.
You have technology breakthroughs that allow you to lock a loan in 24 hours. That's what you do. I'm sorry, I cannot get over that. That is just the...
Oh, man. Well, Ben's trying to get over that. What I want you to do is, I want you to go ahead and bang that red subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Turn on your notifications. Go to us on social media. We are Facebook. We are Instagram. We are Twitter. We are TikTok. We are everywhere. Rumble. We are everywhere. Go ahead and follow NBI Financial Group. We're going to have giveaways coming up. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. Plus, you'll get to see my famous quotes. The other day I said, I want wolves. I want cheetahs. Well, on this podcast today, I want dragons. Spit in that fire, baby. Spit that fire. Yes. Ben, what's so funny, Ben?
You had to go to the dragons.